Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. In our last episode, we set up the heavy modular frames there, and we started setting up the next thing, which I think was rotors. And then kind of got to the end of the episode, plus there was a lot of stuff that needed to be torn up and moved out. So I did the tearing up and the moving out. Almost everything is gone. These three belts here are temporary. They're moving. Well, it looks like I might have accidentally put the wrong kind of belt in somewhere. They're moving all of the products out from this temporary storage that I set up over here to a different temporary. Yes, I did. The different temporary storage that is over where the products are actually nearer to where the products are actually going to get made, so that I can hook them up and bring them onto the correct bus belts at the correct time. So as those three products move and clear out over there, this temporary bus B.5 will be ripped out. It's just temporary here just to feed things across. And I had to actually take out this power pole that belongs here because it didn't fit anymore. It's clashing with the belt, but the belts don't clash with the support posts for some reason. The other thing I did, other than tear everything up, was I guess that's all I did was tear everything up and start transporting those three items back here. Which this is a good place because there's plenty of empty space in this line since there's only one manufacturer here, and from here I can belt these things and feed them in like we did that first thing. Oh, this is the other thing I did do. I did the same thing here with the reinforced, the encased industrial pipe, encased industrial beam. I brought it in here and just did a bypass loop here and disconnected this last one so that those will get fed into the bus first. And then, again, once I dump all this stuff into my mall and get everything dumped in, then I'll hook these things back up correctly, and anything that's left will get shred. And, of course, I could have just shred the whole thing before, but I like to recycle and reuse and stuff like that as much as I reasonably can. Okay, so let's look at this. This was making screws and the copper rotors. Yes. Oh, the other thing. In the comments for the episode as I'm recording today, which is Wednesday, was talking about how I get myself from accidentally clicking and using the inhaler. There's a way to stop it as you are as you're using it, and that's if you hit Q for sure and maybe Tab, you can interrupt it. But as Video Game Geek said in the comments, if I take from my hand the item that is selected currently, then nothing will be selected, and then I have just hands. And so I'm going to do that. Now, as long as I don't touch my scroll wheel, this will work. Okay, so here we have copper coming in. Oh, did I hook it up? I did hook it up. Nice. And then that'll come down, which I guess we can probably bring down. That's a Mark I belt. Into there. And the reason I tore everything up was because I couldn't get anything else beyond this point. And then we need to bring in the steel beams to make the steel screws. And those are going to come in here probably also... Well, actually, let me look at the spreadsheet again, which I forgot to bring up before I started. And the steel beams are A9, and the rotors are going on B7. So the rotors need to go out on level 3 for sure. Which I guess I can represent here. How many rotors do I actually need? That is the real question. Rotors, copper rotors, 11.3. Okay, I didn't think it was very many. So those can come out here, and that's 2 and 3. Those will go out on 3 and go underneath, underneath A. And then we need A... Was it 9? Yes, it was 9. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need to come all the way down here. Steel beams, this is the only place, I think, we're making 15, 11.3 go to the mall, 3.8 come down here, and that's it. So this is effectively the only place for steel beams. Now they're way the heck down here, and I don't think I brought them any further, any closer. They're right here. Yep. So we'll hook those up there. They go between these two, which is nice. They're directly above the pipes. Is also nice because then I don't have to count. And the pipes come almost all the way down here. And then that's where I'll stop for right now because I need to find where this comes in. So that's coming out on 3, which means that this needs to be at level 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one is here. And it actually is centered properly. And that is there. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, check again. Yep, 9. Okay, and then this is 1, 2, 3. The beams come down from 9 to 4. Take these guys out. Take these guys all out. This goes into there. Perfect. The beams continue from there into there. Excellent. I'm not going to bother connecting them over to there, so I don't know why I even built that. And then this goes over here to rotors. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. This goes over here to rotors. Rotors is B7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's there on 5? Wait, there's a 6. 6 is the frames, the heavy frames. Yep. Okay, so the 6 stopped there. The heavy frames don't get used anywhere at all this way, so that will be an empty belt. The rotors, though, get used there. And that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they go here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel like the count over here. 1, 2, 3. This lift comes down there. And then this goes into there. And that's fine. That's not connected. I need to connect it up. I'm not going to connect this up, though, because I want to bring in, goes out, the rotors from my temporary storage. And bypass, not that one, not that one, this one over here. Goes there. And then into, conveyor belt is too long. I'll just put it like, can I get something here? Square? There it is. Some sort of guideline, please. Thank you. And that's just a Mark 1 belt, which is fine, because for right now, it's going to be all shenanigans. I mean, all whatever at this point. How many did I say we were making rotors? 11.3. 5.9 are being used in the motors, the rigger motors. 5.6, and then 5.6 as well. These are round numbers, but 5.6 as well in the mall. So that's half goes that way, and half comes this way. Oh, they're just now catching up here. Okay. That was going to take a while. So that makes that one sort of easy. Let's see. This, I need to connect power. Power can be... Right here would be a great place for power. Even like right in here would be a great place for power. So this can go there. You go right into there. Right into there. And this can come out here. There. I can't hook the power up just yet because of this right here. Once the stators are done moving, then I can. because this belt is empty now. And it was only the bottom two that were conflicting with the pole. I think it was just the two. Or maybe just the one. Yeah, it's both of them. Okay. So hopefully the stators are done soon. Can I gun that far? No. Can't see it anyway from here. See how close the stators are. Because I could potentially just sneaker net them as well. Can I get through there? Nope. Well, actually, yes, I think I can. Nope. Can't get through. Up and over. Stators, we're here. Holy cow. Well, let's take all. We'll let the thing finish. I can go under a belt that's on the stackable one, but I can't go between the two. We'll dump all of these in here, because stators aren't something that I use anyway. For anything mall related, which is why I won't have them in the mall going forward. So once that gets all in the belt, those are all getting shred. But speaking of stators, we might as well start building the stators while that's finishing up. So stators, let me find the recipe here because it's in a different spot in my spreadsheet. Stators. Ah, there they are. Quickwire stators. Those take steel pipe and quickwire, and they make stators. In an assembler. And we need 1.29, of course, assemblers. So that's going to go something like this. Where does this align with? The ladder is behind the split, or the support. The seam in the support. 1, 2. And then, of course, we have a splitter that goes there. Yep. And another one that goes into here. I don't know the heights yet. Where do you go? Right there you go. There. And there. And I'm just going to make 2 heights just for posterity. Okay. And then Quickwire, which is on bus C someplace, and pipes, which are here on bus A. So that seems to make sense that since it's coming from bus C across the 3rd line, wherever it's coming from, checking the spreadsheet, C9, that one comes across on belt 3 all the way in. And then the pipes can come down to belt 4, just kind of like these ones are here, even though they're one's an input, one's an output. I think that makes at least some logical sense. So let me put in a splitter here for the pipes on bus A. I go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 was pipes. Yep. Okay. And then C9. C is here. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take all those guys back out again. All those guys back out again. So these needed... where'd it go? I lost it again. Quickwire stator. 21 steel pipes and 77 quickwire. So steel pipes I'm going to have to do some more math on, I think, because we've already used the steel pipes coming this way are going into here? No. Here. They're going into making the heavy frames. I think they're going into making the regular frames. Yep. They're coming in here to make... That's the regular frames. The encased pipe, the regular frames, and that might be it. That is it. Okay, so pipes being used for Quickwire stators plus encased industrial pipe plus steel frame plus heavy encased frame. That's 186. So that's a Mark III belt. The other 60 are going to knobelisks and cartridges, half and half, and then 13.4 going to the mall for my own nefarious purposes. That's out of 260. So 186.6, we'll call that 187. That's a Mark III belt coming out of here. Still Mark III. This is the regular frames, which are 24. So now we're down to 160 something, still Mark III. Where do you go? There. Mark III, Mark III. 3. And then we have 112 coming into encased industrial pipe. So that takes us down to 50-ish, which means that the heavy encased frames and the steel frames, heavy encased frames and the Quickwire stators are 24 and 21, so that's about 45, so we're good here. Okay, just want to make sure that math worked out before I messed myself up. Pipe, continue into there. This can come down to, was it level 4? 2 there, 1, 2, 4. This is fine as a Mark 1 to there. Take those guys out. Then this one goes 1, 2, 3 to there. And this was 71. Let's see. Quickwire stator. 77. Close enough for belt work. So that's a Mark II. Of course you don't want to make noise. Why would you make noise there? And then those can come over over to here. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Delete all of that. Delete all of these. Delete. Delete. And that's good. This is Mark 1. Going into right there. And Mark 2 going into right there. This will get divided in half, so it's fine to me. Mark 1 can be continuing. And this one is obviously needs to be a Mark 1 as well. All Mark 1 lifts down and into machines. Excellent. Okay. And then, oh, I guess I need to bring the Quickwire down. That would be good. So I don't think we've touched Quickwire yet. No, we have not. Where the heck does all the Quickwire go? There's Quickwire right there. And that's on a fancy Mark V belt. I can't get through there still. Although I could tear that up. I'll do it after. I don't waste your guys' time with tearing it all up. Quickwire belt is here. On C9, where does all the Quickwire go? Like the bulk of it. Well, 242 goes to AI limiters. So that's a decent bulk. 225 goes to the high-speed connectors. And 158 goes to the computers. So that's where the bulks go. This is a relatively small number. So basically I need to continue Mark V belt. I mean, it may change because I'm probably going to try to do the computing components on the other side of the bus. 5, 6, 7. Is that correct? Underneath. Okay, well that'll be easy to follow then. Guess I could have checked that a moment ago. There. Go there. And then you go into there. And then you take that tiny, measly little bit back off of there. So this is stators. Stators go on B8. Should be the next one above the rotors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And those only go. Those goes with motors and turbo motors. So those need to come here onto the bus, but they're only going that way. And this stuff, by the way, is circuit boards and computers, and I'm going to have to move them, but I didn't know where to move them just yet. Let's see, B8 splitter can come in here. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll come down to 3. 3. And that's measly like 11 or something, so goes into there. And then we'll put in a Mark 1 here. 2 and 3. Yeah, it was 10.3 stators. There's Mark 1 going over here. And then there will be a merger here that I'm not going to connect to the machine because this is stators. Yes. I'm just going to do a bit of a hack job here, I think. Oops. And into there. And that'll just let them pass through for now until we're ready to go. This was 1.29. So divided by 2 is 0.64375. So we'll do a 0.64 and a 0.65. I think that'll be fine. And this was Quickwire stators. We do a 64 and a 65. And that'll give us the 1.29. It was just under 1.29. That'll give us the 1.29 we need. And that's close enough. Here they come. Parading on down. Guess this stuff can come out now. And the next stackable pole would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be right here. Oops. That one doesn't count. There's no B.5 bus. You know what I didn't do? I didn't set up the power pole. Oh, I'm going to put power right here. That's not power. This is power. Then that'll go. Those. And it'll continue on to right here. We'll then go into there. Ah. That is the regular power pole that is at our free stackable. Put this one in down here then too. Connect that one up. So I guess I can connect this power pole back now. That's weird. Okay, thank you. Here. There. And that should get these guys all started. I want to make sure that they start. Or screws aren't going yet. And then it's going to blast them out of there like crazy. I didn't connect the bells up here, though. Uh-oh. I switched my slot. And now need to do that. Okay, so this is going to produce how many screws? I forgot about this at the end of the last setup, or the last episode setting this up. Steel screw 195. So that needs to be a Mark III belt. Is number 8. I think it needs to go right there. That is perfect. And then that'll just feed a crazy supply of screws in there. And here we go. Okay, so that's started. That's good. And that'll make those at whatever rate it's supposed to, and then it'll fill up and stop. These are producing as well, so that's good. And I think we can actually start on the motors today. So let's look at the motor recipe. This is the rigger motor. It requires the use of manufacturers. So I need to look at this last manufacturer we did to try and figure out how the spacing works. So I don't have to figure it out the hard way. That one, 1, 2, 3, and then an input line looks to be near 2 in, and then this support post, which is the rearmost one, is just behind this divide, and the front one is just in front of that divide. That's 2 in from the center, and this one should be centered. Okay, let's try and recreate that. Structure, please. That one. And of course the support posts don't appear until after you place, but I think that is exactly where it should be, with the splitter being there. Can I get a guideline, please, thing? Nope, no guidelines for me. Okay, so that's there, and then the merger being centered onto this one. And let me make sure that fits everything properly. That looks correct. And that's close, but that's because the machine having a goofy hitbox. So that's the way we had the other one set up, and that looks right. Okay, so this is rigger motor. This is one of the alternate recipes, of course. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is right here, next to the turbo motors. Okay, so this takes rotors, stators, and crystal oscillators, which we haven't set crystal oscillators up yet. So, where do I want to set up the crystal oscillators? Wait a minute. This might have been the only source, or the only target destination for crystal oscillators. Let's check that out. Crystal oscillator. Yes, this is the only destination. So I need one manufacturer making insulated crystal oscillators, which take AI limiters we haven't made yet, rubber, quartz, please. Thank you, autosave. Insulated crystal oscillator. Quartz, rubber, and AI limiters. So we have everything but the AI limiters. Although I could feed some in. I do have 100 in my inventory. It's not like we're going to need a lot right now. but I haven't made them yet. I was planning on making them on the other side of the bus as part of like the electronic stuff. Circuit boards, computers, AI limiters, high-speed connectors, supercomputers, those kinds of things on the other side of the bus. So I could just leave this here as part of this. So the crystal oscillators, they're going to be bringing in 3 products. And then they're going to output one thing. Which is going to go directly into 2 of these, making rigger motors. Yeah, 1.5. So, let's think. How do I want this to work? I think the way that it might work best... Rotors, stators, and the crystal oscillators. If I bring in the rotors and stators here, and I output the motors here, they're going to A12. They're going to go way up. If I bring in the rubber, the crystal, and the AI limiters here... let's see, the rubber's coming from C, the quartz crystal's coming from A13. And the AI limiters are coming from B12. So that means that the two items from B and C have to pass under and come back in, and then they need to go up somewhere. But the quartz crystal's coming down from A13. This is a conundrum. I think the best thing to do here is to actually put the crystal oscillator manufacturer here first, reversed. Bring the rubber and the AI limiters from B and C across on belt 3. Bring one of them straight in. Take one of them up to 5. Bring the crystal down to 4. Take all 3 of those items in, boom, 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 and then have the output of the turbo motors go up to belt 6 at least, go across, and then go up directly in. The alternative would be to bring 5 products in on this side, and then have the quartz crystals come out, loop around, and then split. Which we did, as I talked about before, but I guess it's do I like it looking like this, where the quartz crystal will come out of the manufacturer and come around and just go in like, well, split and then go into each one? Or do I want it to come out of the manufacturer on this side, go this way, turn, go between the machines here, and then go and split? And I think this layout is less messy, but it makes this more difficult, bringing in the items and taking out the items. But I think I can pull it off. So let's try it. Let's prep this as if it was set up. Encroaching. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to set 2 more of these up. Right there. And I am missing plastic. Okay. I'm just going to deconstruct this one now, and I'm going to flip it around. This is going to be the quartz, or the crystal oscillators, rather. And I want to not use the guideline, because the guideline will put it back... Come on, thing. We'll put it there. I want to pull it up even, I think. And then this belt will come out in some fashion like this. And actually it could just go like... kind of like that, except that it would come out into a splitter. But I think that's fine. It would come out, loop into a splitter, go into the splitter, and then go into each machine like that. So this side's easy, because there's only 2 products coming in from the bus. The 2 that we just finished making. They're coming in on bus A. So I can just take them out side by side like we did way down there, something, and then bring one of them, loop one of them across, and bring them across on belts 3 and 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then they'll go into whichever inputs here, and on this one as well. That one will go into whichever other inputs that I want. We're only using 3. This will bring in not a merger, but a splitter. Let's see. There. 1, 2. So it'll be on. 3 will be, say, AI limiters. 4 will be the crystal. And 5 will be, say, the rubber. And those will come in, and they'll come down and into 3 of these inputs. Because there's only 3 ingredients here. Yes. And then this one will come out here. And it'll get lifted up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And go over top of this, which I can't really demonstrate. It'll come over top of this and go into a lift to take it up to A12. So I have to be careful that the crystal's coming out of... this might not work. Splitter. That's going to be on that. This will only work if I move the whole thing, one foundation, that way. So this splitter would be here, bringing, and this would come in, this would be bringing in the things we're making, the turbo motors, or the motors, I should say, going on to B9. And then here we would have a splitter splitting the quartz crystal off. Wait a minute. Motors? Motors are going on to B. Well, shoot. I totally messed that up. I was thinking they were going on to A. Now I gotta think this over again. Okay. Thought process once again. Let's see. I think it still needs to be shifted over by 1. If the motors go back across on 6, they come down to 3 to go under. That means that the... Yeah, I was looking at the turbo motors. They're on A12. That means that the other products, the... Rigger motor. That means that the 3 products for the crystal oscillator, quartz, which is on A, that one can come down offset. The rubber offset. The AI limiters also have to be offset. All 3 of these need to be offset. Then they can't be centered. Otherwise, if we brought everything in on the same side, that would be 2 products from B AI limiters are on B also. That's 3 products from B. But that's also, that means 5 products coming in on one side, which means 5 offsets. I think we're better off with 1 offset here and 3 offsets here. So doing the 3rd offset is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's going to be necessary. But like I said, that means that this whole thing needs to move 1 whole foundation this way, which isn't a problem. It just means that I need to do it. But I think that's a task for me to do off camera, and then return back with those things moved in the next episode, where we can set up, hopefully get some of this stuff set up, even though we won't have the AI limiters done yet. And also during that time, the last thing that I intended to make here would be the turbo motors. But I may make more than that on this side. I need to look at what kind of space we're going to need for the rest of the stuff to see if it can all be made on this side of the bus, and or maybe we stop what we're doing here for now and go down to the far end there and start making the things like the filters, or at least setting up the spacing for the filters, the cartridges, the knobelisks, the beacons, and whatever else whatever else that I definitely wanted to make on this side. The stuff that's batteries, the stuff that's going straight to the mall, that's going on to bus D, that definitely I want on this side of the bus. So maybe we'll do that. I'll move this stuff still off in between the episodes, but then I think maybe we'll do that in the start of the next episode. At least start planning it out, kind of like we've done the spacing out here. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.